The classic Hollywood narrative goes like this. Thousands of years ago, an advanced civilization known as the Mayans thrived in Central America. Then, just as quickly as they rose to prominence, they vanished, leaving behind only their impressive ruins and a whole lot of unanswered questions. But what if I told you that there's more to the story, that the Mayans didn't just disappear, but are actually living among us today? Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, and today, we're going to explore the fascinating world of the Mayans and uncover the truth about their mysterious disappearance. The Mayan civilization is one of the most enigmatic in history. They developed a sophisticated society with impressive architecture, art, and scientific knowledge. Yet despite their advancements, very little is known about their culture and history. The Mayans were an indigenous people who lived in what is now Mexico, Guatemala, Belize, and Honduras. They spoke a Mayan language and shared many cultural similarities, including their religious beliefs and agricultural practices. Despite their isolation from other civilizations, such as the Aztecs and Inca, the Mayans developed a complex society with a hierarchical social structure, a sophisticated legal system, and a vibrant economy. One of the most impressive aspects of Mayan culture was their art. They created stunning works of sculpture, pottery, and painting, which often depicted scenes from their mythology or everyday life. Their calendar system was also highly advanced for its time and is still used by some Mayan communities today. But despite their achievements, the Mayan civilization mysteriously collapsed around the 9th century AD. This event has been shrouded in mystery for centuries, with theories ranging from natural disasters to warfare. But recent discoveries have shed new light on what may have caused their downfall. In fact, according to some sources, the Mayans never disappeared. Instead, they were conquered by the Spanish conquistadors and their way of life was suppressed. This is where the story takes a turn from history into the realm of conspiracy theories. Some believe that the Mayans were not only wiped out by the conquistadors, but that their entire civilization was intentionally erased from existence. This theory is supported by the fact that there is very little documentation on the Mayans from the Spanish, which suggests that they may have deliberately tried to hide their conquest of this advanced civilization. Furthermore, when the conquistadors arrived in the Yucatan, they encountered cities that were largely abandoned, leading them to believe that the Mayans had vanished. However, this may not have been the case. Instead, it's possible that the Mayans were forced to flee their homes and live in hiding. This would explain why there is so little archaeological evidence of their civilization, as well as the lack of written records from the Spanish. Finally, the theory that the Mayans never disappeared is supported by the fact that there are still Mayan communities living in Central America today. These communities speak Mayan languages and practice traditional Mayan customs, which suggests that they are the descendants of the ancient civilization. However, mainstream historians reject this theory outright, citing a lack of evidence. They argue that the Mayan civilization did collapse around the 9th century AD, and that the Mayans living in Central America today are the descendants of the people who survived the collapse. So what really happened to the Mayans? The truth is we may never know for sure. The lack of written records and archaeological evidence leaves us with more questions than answers. However, the theory that the Mayans never truly disappeared and that their civilization was intentionally erased from existence is a compelling one. It may not be true, but it's certainly food for thought. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this. Thanks for watching.